Hello everybody and welcome to the Bunker 51 YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing a primed J-Series AK build. This is the AK-105 and it's a full metal build. So let's start first with the unboxing. So, inside the box you're going to find a sheet of stickers. Very nice. Also, we're gonna find a digital manual. You can just scan that to get to it. Of course, don't do any of this. First thing you're gonna see, it's two S mid caps. These are very good quality and always nice to use. They can keep up with the high speed builds. Of course, don't need those. Also included is an adapter from Disassembly. And, which is very nice, is a speed loader included with a GBB adapter. Not that you're gonna need it. Also inside are two AG springs, the M90 and the one M135. In the replica out the box is gonna be 120 installed, which is gonna give you around 1.4 joules. That's testing with 0.3 grams. The replica is built in the LCT spec, so expect that most LCT parts will gonna fit this. Most of the body is built from metal, steel, except for the trunnion, which is made of aluminium, and of course the buttstock, grip and handguard. Underneath the dust cover we're gonna see our Dean's connector, and of course the nice new TDC hop-up from Specna Arms. This is a Magnus effect hop-up, so expect good results and good accuracy at distance. As you can see, the replica itself is a quick change, so we don't have to disassemble half the gearbox to get to the springs. Which makes life a little easier. We're going to be using 5KU parts to upgrade this gun. We're going to be starting off with a nice metal handguard. Also a B33 dust cover, if you know you know. This will of course give us a solid base to add any optics or accessories that we want to include. We're also going to be using this flash hider compensator combo. It's a lockable design with a removable compensator inside, which you can add a flash cover to it. It could be locked with just twisting the ring on the inside. Will also mean we don't lose it in the field. Of course, we can't forget about the grip. We're going to include this stubby grip to use on this build. It's a nice full aluminium design. We're also going to be using this charging handle knob. Not that it's quite necessary for use, but it looks cool. And of course, some rail pieces. I've already removed the dust cover, so we're going to be moving on to the gas tube and handguard. First thing we need to do is adjust our camera, and then we put this handle all the way up. This will free up the gas tube to be removed. To remove the handguard, there is a little tab over here, and we just have to put it also in the upright position, so we can pull it off, take it off the gun. Now with that we have that off, we can remove the AK flash hider, but first we have to depress this pin. This is used to lock the flash hider so it doesn't move. Of course on a real AK this is necessary because of recoil, so it doesn't twist off while firing. Now that we have removed the handguard, we can remove the mock recoil spring and dust cover button. And if we pull the mock dust cover all the way to the back, we can remove that as well. Now that we have removed most of the major parts, we can start by prepping our rail to be assembled. First we have to remove a few bolts, and then we can take this handguard apart. As we can see, this part replaces the lower handguard and is a sturdier build than the plastic one. To remove the plastic cover from the gas tube, we just have to twist it off. Don't forget the end piece, we need that to reassemble it. Now we can put back the locking piece for the lower handguard. This is a tight fit, so we're gonna need to nudge it into place. And of course for that we're gonna use our magic tool. So if you have one of these, you're gonna have a two-part hammer with one part being metal and the other one's plastic. Of course don't use the metal part on metal parts, so as not to dent them. Just a few left taps, and as you can see, it's all fitted back together. Now the gas tube can go back on. Of course, make sure the end cap is on the right way and it's not twisted. There it goes. Now that we have the gas tube back on, we can of course add on our top rail. This is going to be a snug fit, so I'm probably going to need to remove some material off the rail in the front gas block. As you can see, it's going on a little tighter than I need it to be, so I think I'm just gonna have to take off some material with some Dremel work. I think I'm gonna have to remove a little material from the lower gas block as well, so I think the cleaning rod holder is gonna have to go. So after some German work, I've removed the cleaning rod holder, grind it down a little bit, and also I notched the gas block just a little to make room for the mounting of the rail. Also on the inside of the rail I've removed some material, and don't worry about being having bare metal. We're going to use some Butchwood Casey Alu Black. This stuff works like magic, and you can see this bottle's been quite a long time in use with us here at Bunker 51. All you have to do is clean the material and add it with some Q-tips or a piece of cloth, and as you can see, it works like magic. Now that that's done, we can of course assemble our handguard. Unfortunately, the footage for assembling the the dust cover was lost, so I'm just going to explain how we did it. On the inside of these two legs, we had to take off some material to make just a little more space for it to fit over the trunnion. The trunnion casting on this build is a little thicker than it needs to be for this rail. So I've chosen to just Dremel off the paint on the inside, and now it fits very nice and tightly, so it's not going anywhere. And when it's all connected to the handguard, it gives us a very sturdy assembly. Now we can put back our mock bolt dust cover, and of course we can put back our mock recoil spring. Of course, we just have to find the hole, push it all the way through. On the trunnion there is a hole to reciprocate this, and then just put back the dust cover button in the spot. Now that we have all of that on, we can of course put back our flash hider. Behind the little plunger or bit over here, there's a spring, so don't lose that. Of course, you can remove it all together if you want to, but we just put it back for authenticity's sake. As you can see, this is where that piece locks on the original flash hider. Now we can twist on our compensator. Now there is a little trick to getting these aligned on your replica so it looks better. If it's not aligning like right now, you can just take some silicone O-rings and put it on the outer barrel. Gives you a little spacing and makes life a little bit easier. Add as many as you want to get the right alignment, so we have to just remove it and put our little O-ring before we put the flash hider on, or compensator. So, nice and aligned. Now of course we can put on flash cover on top of our compensator. Just put it on unlock and push it through, then lock it. There we go. Of course we can't leave our stock, stock, so we're gonna remove it and replace it with an M4 adapter. For this we're going to need a plunger, and we're just going to tap the pin from underneath. Most AKs are going to be assembled like that, so you have to take it off by removing it from the underside. As you can see, the pin is thinner on one end and thicker on the other. And now we can just pull off the old stock. A shout out to Specna Arms for helping us out, because as I was ordering the parts for this build, I ordered just the wrong one. So be aware, if you're building one of these, you need LCT spec parts and not ANL spec parts, especially when it comes to the stock, because it's not going to fit. The tube for it is going to be a little longer on an ANL than on LCTs. So first I wanted to use this stock, but I also have the PTS stock, this PTS stock, and it looks just a little bit cooler in my opinion, so I'm going to be using this one. This is the EPS stock, and it gives you a little storage space in the back. So as we saw a second ago, the buffer tube is a little loose and we're going to have to tighten up the castle nut. We're going to use our M4 tool for that. Just put it in a notch. Be careful there, of course, not to scratch anything, and just tighten it up. Nice and sturdy. So as I have control of this video, I'm just gonna fast forward through the boring bits. I don't know about you, but mounting rails is quite boring. So we're gonna be moving on to the optics. For this, we're gonna be using the Firefield Impulse. It's a nice sturdy optic and quite fits this build. To install the optics, we don't need any tools, we just have to twist it off and then tighten it back up again on the rail. This optic has 10 brightness settings. I usually leave them on 2 or 3, which is fine for indoor and outdoor. It gives me more than enough illumination on the optic. So that's gonna be it for our 105 AK build, and if you like this replica and you want to have it, of course you can purchase it from our website www.bunker501.nl. and if you like this kind of content, these kind of builds, you can always give us a like and a subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. So have fun guys, and see you out on the field.